As Mark mentioned earlier, I am the Director of Program and Compliance for Trail Life, and it's my pleasure and privilege to share with you today some of the new stuff coming, and it's been a pleasure for me to work in programs since the beginning and provide the tool that program is that you use to reach the boys. And that is what the program is. That is our philosophy, that our program is a tool that allows you the opportunity to mentor the boys in your troop and in your community. And we look to write the program such that they provide those opportunities for you to feed into those boys. So that is our philosophy. And so we hope that you take it in that same vein as you roll out the program in your area and make sure you're focusing on the most important thing in their lives. Is not necessarily earning the award all the time. It might be something else you need to do for them in your time with them. So one of the first things I want to mention is that we have a new award available. It is the Worthy Life Award. And this is the image of the Worthy Life Award that I just love. It's probably one of my favorite awards that we've designed. You know, the trailman beckoning people to follow him to Calvary and to see what happened there. And I just love that image that we have for the award. It's now available. The program's been available to complete for years, a couple of years, 3 years. But the award has not been available to purchase to provide to the boys after they complete that. So I think we have an image of the award. There is the beautiful award. It's a metal pin with 3 ribbons for the different levels and crosses that adhere to the ribbons. As they complete each level, it's a progressive award that stays on the uniform through the entire time that they're in trail life, and each time they earn it at a different level, they can add a cross to their award. So we're very happy that this is now available for you to award to your boys. So that's the latest award we've made out available. The next 3 things I want to talk about are things that came out of the program summit in January. In January, last fall, we invited people to join us in January at Camp Aiken for a Program 2.0 Summit. We wanted to get people in the field who've been using the program to come in and provide feedback and improvement suggestions, to work together with us to come up with ways to better the program. So we had 3 groups of people that worked that weekend. We had a Woodlands Trail Committee, we had a Navigator Adventure Group, and we had a Guide-On Committee that all worked to provide some input into what we're going to do moving forward. So the Woodlands Trail 2.0, you've already seen part of that come out. We're in the middle of a transition right now. So we started with the first version of the program when we launched, and the committee, when they met at Camp Aiken, identified in their wisdom some things we could do immediately to remedy some of the things they were hearing from the field, some feedback that they were getting to make the program better. So that is what 1.5 is, and that's where we are right now. 1.5 is an interim program where the leaves are arranged by branch instead of by emphasis, and there's some other requirements that make it easier and faster for the boys to earn things, and easier for you to plan meetings around one topic rather than many different things. So that was the first initial rollout that came out of, and that came out March 1st, we launched that, those first suggestions from the Woodlands Trail team. The Woodlands Trail Committee continues to meet. They have met every 2 weeks since the program summit online, working through the 2.0 revisions. This is an amazing group of people, an amazing group of men that have dedicated hours every week to working on this. And 2.0 is going to be similar in that we're still focused on a participation-based program, but it's the changes that they're rolling into the new program are designed to move better link to the Navigator program. As most of you probably know, we had 2 teams of program people in the beginning, the Woodlands Trail team and the Navigator Adventure team. And with the rapid rollout we had to do to launch Trail Life in January, there's some stuff we can do to make it better, that transition, to make sure that boys are prepared when they come out of the Mountain Lion program to move into Navigators. So they're working on those changes that set goals for each level of the Woodlands Trail program to go from the very basic skills at the Fox level to transition easily to the first requirement they have to do in Navigator. So whether that's heritage or faith values work, or if it's outdoor skills, those things are all transitioned from through the ages a little bit better to tie in with what the expectation is once they get to the navigator level. So we're looking forward to that. We're planning on rolling that out in the spring of next year to let you see it as soon as we can. And then we anticipate that that would be planned over the summer and implemented in the fall next year, the 2.0 program. There's a new leader guide coming out with that. There is also planned for a parent guide that accompanies that parents can see exactly what the requirements are. You can clap, that's fine. It's the biggest request we've had probably. So they have a lot of work to do between now and then, so you can keep praying for this team and their wisdom. They're doing a great job. And if you want to learn more, Tammy Dozier's doing a session this afternoon on Who Wants to Be a Ranger at 1 o'clock, and she has some information about the current transition and the plans coming up. And there's also 2 members of the Woodlands Trail Committee here, revision committee here. If you'd like to speak to them directly, I'd be happy to try to connect you if you have some other questions. So the next thing that came out of the program summit was from the Navigator Adventure team. And if any of them are here, I think there are some here, they will be glad to know that we finally gotten outdoor life revised. This is one of the pretty much the main thing that they wanted to see. They wanted to encourage more backpacking, outdoor adventure requirements for the Freedom Award required outdoor life badge. So how we implemented that is we created what we call outdoor life trails. And so the outdoor life badge has 5 different trails you can choose from to complete for the badge. The camping one is the same one that it's been. The regular 40 nights of camping, including the 15 you have to do for the camping trail badge. The other options, backpacking, cycling, paddlecraft, and sailing, all have, because of their increased preparation, training, equipment requirements, and knowledge, they have a 25-night camping requirement in those. So it's posted on the elective badge site today, so you can go download it. It's not been advertised yet. You're the first ones that will get a look at this new badge. So we hope you will look into it and maybe encourage your kids to hit the trail a little more often in those other ways and get a little more high adventure in their program. So the next thing, the Guide on Pilot program is launching today also. I will be posting an updated Guide on document later. The team, this is the new Guide on logo that was approved, and the Guide on team outlined a program. It's roughly organized co-ed young adult program from 18 to 25 where churches can use it to reach kids in the college community, kids in the work community that are in that stage of life where they're stepping out from under possibly the parents' umbrella and just want to make sure they have that support. So it is a co-ed program. It is for adults and all members have to be registered in Trail Life as leaders because that's the way we do it in Trail Life. So they will lead and plan their own activities. There is a coach that can guide them through that process and make sure that everything is staying appropriate. So the whole idea behind it is that kids who are out on their own for the first time have a support group of Christian men and women that they can go to and look to when they have struggles that they're meeting for maybe the first time, or even ongoing things in their lives that they need prayer for, they need accountability for, or other things during that time period that they need support for. So the Guide On program is a group of like-minded individuals that will meet together. And it's in the pilot stage, which means we're going to be gathering feedback about it for the next year and or so, and evaluating that feedback and tweaking the program. There's a suggested list of activities, but groups could focus on, if they wanted to, on service or high adventure or all of the above. They can really focus their program because they're adults and they're able to plan those things on their own. So the Guide On program is launching in a pilot state for right now. And if you are interested in more information about the pilot program, Woody Youngs is on that committee, and he did a workshop yesterday about it, but you can also track him down. He'd love to talk to you about it, or you can ask me about it. We're hoping that some churches will choose to adopt that in their as their college ministry for college kids in their area or kids in their church that are in that stage of life. Let's see, the last thing I have is one of the most exciting things to come out of the program area, and it's shooting sports. So, yeah. The most requested trail badges that we've had, and probably the most design your own badges, have been win the shooting sports venue. So we are real excited. The shooting sports team has been meeting for 15 months working on the program guidebook and the badges. And we have 7 badges that are live right now on the elective badge site that you can go and download, as well as an orientation activity that has to be done for each of those. So you can find those today. You're the first ones to hear about it. And so we hope that you will go check those out. And right now I'm going to bring up Stuart Mickelson, who is the chairman of the Shooting Sports Committee, and he's going to tell you a lot more about what is in store.